Hello folks, I hope you're all doing well. It's been quite a while since I've done a plot tour, so I thought I'd do one. I thought about if I do one now, while it's March and before everything starts growing and it all gets all nice and colourful, you can see what it's like now. I've done a few jobs over the last few weeks to get things ready for the summer and things starting to grow. So you can see what it looks like. So we'll have a quick whiz around, we'll see what's going on, then maybe it's a couple of months time I'll do another one and we can do a bit of a comparison. So without further ado, let me spin this round here. Up here on the right, we've got this compost bin, one of the dark ones at the top here. There's actually some lovely looking compost in the bottom of there, and I think I might use that in the PolyTunnel, but I'll come to that when we go down to the PolyTunnel and have a look. So this area here, if you saw the video a couple of weeks ago, we've put a couple of new apple trees out and they're staked in there. And if I didn't know any better, I would say something has eaten the top of the apple tree. Would something eat? What would do that? If anybody knows what would do that, let me know. Unless it's been the wind, unless it's been the weather that's done that, but I can't see the top of it lying around. But why would something eat the top of it and not the rest of it? So none of these branches have been touched. And we'll come along here a little bit more. We've got a little gooseberry bush just there starting to grow, and this one as well. Here's the other apple tree, and it looks the same. It looks like something's eaten the top of it, if you can see it on the camera there. So I don't know what would do that, because again, none of the branches have been touched, so that's a bit odd. And we've got our tiny little blackberry here that's starting to grow, and all around here in this grassy bit sort of needs sorted out. I don't know what to do with that, but all these raspberries grow next to the fence, so in the summer into the autumn they're absolutely fantastic, and there's always loads of them. So coming up this side, we've got two empty pallet collar raised beds at the moment. They'll eventually be, I might put the rest of the onions in these. I've got some grown from seed. I've got some of the shallots as well that might go in there. Up here we've got a few of the onion sets that have been out for ages. They're looking a bit sad for themselves, but I suspect once the weather starts to pick up and things get a little bit warmer, that they will start to look a lot better. Moving up this way, the rhubarb is actually looking great. I mean, it's a few different varieties, and I can't remember what's what because I haven't labelled them. That's very much unlike me, but whatever this one is going absolutely great guns at the moment. Some lovely looking stalks starting to grow there, so it'll not be a million miles away before that's ready. But you can see the rest of the rhubarb along there starting to grow as well, and we've got a little flower pot here with some tulips in that are starting to come up as well. So let me move down here. I need to do something with this bit at the end of the rhubarb bed. Not sure what just now. These two beds here that are covered, they're the two main potato beds. I'll probably switch this plastic cover that's busy suppressing the weeds. I'll switch that over to horticultural fleece soon, and that'll start to warm the soil up ready for the potatoes to go in. So that'll be done in the next couple of weeks. Moving swiftly on down here, one of the jobs I just did the other week there that I didn't film, I was just down here sort of pottering about myself, was I sorted this bed out, so we gave it a good sort of hoeing over to get rid of any of the weeds. We've put down the weed suppressant fabrics with the holes in it, and in there you can see growing all the onions all the way along here. So they're all onion sets until the last 3 or 4 rows down here where we've got garlic in, and swiftly on again to this one. Nothing growing in here just yet. This is one of the brassica beds. We've got some very sad looking red cabbages at the end here. Two of them are okay, but the other 3 of them just need to come out and then find their way into the compost bin. Moving along here again, brassica bed, nothing in there just yet. There's stuff growing, there'll be stuff going out there soon enough. This area here, I've mentioned this area a few times, it's like no man's land. It's the last bit to be touched, and the reason for that is that when I order the compost very, very soon, by the way, for the PolyTunnel, they will lift it over the fence onto this bit here, and then I can just sort of shovel it in. So once that job's done, then I'll look to get this sorted. We've got the pond to go in over there as well. There's half a dug hole, just needs finished off. And again, once that compost is here and sorted in the PolyTunnel, all this will be sorted out into some more growing space. Speaking of the PolyTunnel, let's go in. Again, nothing much happening in here at the moment. You can see where I've built the main beds in here. There's some compost in there already. That's just stuff that's been reclaimed out of buckets and pots and whatnot. Over this side, we've got the cardboard that's sort of half ready to go down. And to be honest, there's a lot of stuff just stored in here over the winter. You know, wheelbarrows, 30-litre buckets, bits of wood, paving slabs. They're going to go along the back there, and there's going to be a new pot and bench and stuff in there. The tomato halos, well, I say tomato halos, just halos, because I grow the cucumbers and the peppers and all sorts in them there as well. So they are over there, so not much to see in here. So let's head out of the polytunnel and have a look over here. So we've got the sort of this area here of raised beds where we've got mainly pallet collars, but a bit of sort of fence panels, fence boards, whatever you want to call them, over there. In here we've got garlic growing, and it's actually growing pretty well. It's not going too bad. It looks quite good. We've got the end of the purple sprouting broccoli. It came really quickly this year. It was really early. It's just about sort of coming to the end of its life. It looks a bit sad. You can see where I've been having we've cut bits off it, and the pigeons have been and nibbled the leaves and whatnot, so we'll not worry about that. We've got an empty double height pallet collar raised bed. Not sure what I'll do with that just yet, because it doesn't have a lid on it. We'll see. This one here that does have the lid on it, that's got this enviromesh stuff on it, that's going to have carrots in it. We've got leeks here. They've been growing over winter. They're looking a little bit sad for themselves. I'm hoping that, you know, as the temperature starts to go up over the next few weeks, they'll get a bit more sort of revitalized and start to grow. I've also possibly got them squashed in a little bit too much there, so I might sort of pick the odd one and sort of just to give the rest of them a little bit more room to grow. Moving on over here, spinach again, that's coming to the end of its life. You can see this one here, they're starting to go to seed. They'll come out. The beetroot that's growing along here, this was just put in, I think, it wasn't that, when was it? Did I put it out at the start of the year, or was it the end of last year, when it was just, I had some left over and I just stuck it out, would see what happened. Now you can see some of it's been affected by the frost a little bit, but there's still loads of new growth in the middle there, and there's little beetroots growing pretty well under there. So I'm just going to leave them be, leave them growing, and we'll see how they get on. Over here we've got our shallots, and the shallots are looking absolutely fabulous in there. They're looking great. They are going great guns. And moving into here we've got a mix. So all these tiny little plants that you can see here, that's a mix of pak choy and rainbow radish. So these ones here with the sort of purpley coloured leaves, that's the pak choy, and the ones over here, that's rainbow radish. And up this end, what do we have? We've got some more spinach growing, but again you can see it's starting to go to seed. It's been out for ages. There's good leaves on there. I'll try them. They might be a little bit bitter. Once they go to seed, they can get a bit bitter, but we'll try them. We'll see what they're like. And we've got some more radish at the end. Look at the size of that. That's gone absolutely massive. The radish in here, it's the black Spanish radish. It's really fiery, really spicy, and it's grown absolutely massive. Moving swiftly on, let's have a look up here. This is the new area. If you caught Thursdays, no, the video for the pea frames is going to go out actually after this video, so there'll be a video coming up that shows you how I've sort of done all of this. So we've got these new pea and bean frames that you can see here, and all this area around here with the wood chip on, where the paths are getting made, it's all been sort of revamped. So there's a video coming very soon all about that. Moving on over here, we've got a big old bucket full of leaves. That's just leaf mould that's being made in there. In here we've got some compost being made. It just looks like a bit of a mess at the moment. This area here is a bit of a mess. This is generally where I grow all the flowers, so it's a bit early in the year for them yet, so I need to do something with this area soon just to stop the weeds from getting proper hold and whatnot. This is my sort of dumping area, storage ground. Don't we all have one of these areas? A couple of pallet collars for raised beds that's going to go out down over that far corner right over there again that I showed you just before, so we'll see how they come on. And we've got the strawberry bed here that had a bit of TLC sort of earlier in the year, with the weed fabrics on it now, and everything's starting to grow through there. So hopefully again in the next couple of months this will all go a lot bigger, a lot greener, and we'll hopefully get a lovely crop of strawberries. And there's not much else to show you over here. This shed's a bit of a mess. It needs a lick of paint, it needs the window fixed, the water butt needs fixed again. This is all sort of damage that we had from the recent storms. And this area over here, I've got every intention of making this into a paved area here using these slabs, and then put some seats on it, and it'll be lovely. I'll probably put some more flowers down in this area here and sit there, and it'll be lovely just to go and admire everything, to sit there and have a brew and whatnot. However, I find this really useful to store stuff. So I come in, I dump stuff on here, and it's almost become a paving slab table. I need to get out the habit of doing that, so that doesn't be useful, and I put the paving slabs down over there. And I guess last but not least, what have we got here? Right at the very end of the strawberry bed, we've got these 2 little blueberry bushes. These only went in last year, so we might get some fruit on them this year, we might not, but I'm going to start feeding them up with coffee grounds, because they like things that are really acidic, and hopefully that'll get them sort of going into the warmer months. Anyway folks, that is me just about done for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed this sort of whistle stop look around to see how things are looking at this time of year before we move into spring and summer and everything starts to grow, looks all green and multicoloured, and we'll do a bit of a comparison. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now folks.